Want to ask you a little bit about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. How do you feel about the rating success of the show and seeing all the queens come back?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, when you think of shows that only get better over time, and the audience only ever grows, and it never wavers, Drag Race is out here doing what the other girls should have did. I mean, when you count all the franchises and all the All-Star seasons, they're probably on season 25 or something, and it only gets better, the drag gets better, the storytelling gets better. I mean, behind and in front of the camera, it's diverse, it's people of color, it's queer people, it's trans people, it's pretty amazing, and it just goes to show that when you have a great product and great execution, the show has no excuse not to be great.
Could we see you do another all-winners season?
I mean, I would love to do like a Vanna White moment where maybe the check they win, I get to walk it out and show it.
Okay.
But you know, competition has never really brought out the best in me.
Queens of the Universe has been renewed. Can we look forward to having you back as a judge on that series?
I hope so.
Okay.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I'll say this.
Okay.
I loved judging Queen of the Universe.
Okay.
Every day, my jaw was on the floor, the singing. These are some of the most amazing singers in the world, and they do it in a wig and heels. It's like unbelievable. The singing on that is just unbelievable. So I hope I get to come judge again because I really felt like I helped them.
Does judging bring out the best in you?
Yes.
Okay.
Judgment, just judging others just comes naturally to me. Maybe that was my problem on Drag Race. I should have been on the table.
I mean,
you know, judging.
Oh, welcome to the Trixie Motel. Oh, the service here is amazing and so pretty. Hey, yes, we're newly renovated. You want to stay the night? At your service.
how does it feel, Trixie Motel?
Well, it feels great. However, it's been such a process. It feels like I had a baby in me for 18 months.
Wow.
Which means I finally gave birth to a 1-year-old child. So motherhood's been tough.
I mean, so you are intimately involved with this show, with Trixie Motel. How much of a dream come true was this for you?
Well, it was really like a dream that you have over a glass of white wine.
Oh.
But, you know, David and I drink a lot of wine. So it was a recurring dream.
You've been dreaming about it.
Yeah, it really is a dream. I mean, I've gotten to do a lot of cool things as Trixie, but something like owning a motel, I mean, and then being able to document this as a series, it's like having the scrapbook of the most stressful thing you've ever done.
Was this? Because you've been on some endeavors.
Yes, it was stressful. To be honest, like I was just last weekend, we were out performing for what, 4,000 people, and I wasn't nervous at all. But then, you know, I'm renovating with a hammer, like, oh, I hope this looks okay. So renovating is a lot harder than comedy, performing, tap dancing. I mean, anything else I've done pales in comparison to the financial stress and the stakes. I mean, the whole world's eyes are on this project, so the design has to be fierce and the execution.
I mean, and it's even a play off your name, Trixie Mattel, Trixie Motel. So do you feel that this motel had to be you in every way?
It really had to be exactly Trixie, but the balance would have been how big and can we go with this, but still have it be not assaulting. You know, like me, like big, inflated, but still like easy on the eyes. And I guess we tried to find that balance of, you know, with our designer, Danny, who's really like the queen of maximalism. How can you introduce as many patterns and colors and textures in a way that feels like one gesture in an elegant way? And we're only on, you know, a few episodes in, but spoiler alert, I mean, this motel is the most beautiful place in the world.
For people who haven't gotten to see it yet, how would you just describe the show to them? What do they need to tune in for?
Well, Trixie Mattel, me, I purchased a motel in the desert with my partner David, and we are renovating it into the Trixie Motel, which will be a kind of retro pink 60s desert paradise. But we're on a limited budget, and it all had to happen in 4 months before I went on my world tour. So the clock was ticking. I mean, it wasn't just like the time. I mean, people take a year to renovate their living room, and then they get a divorce. So for me and my partner to stay in love on television and renovate an entire commercial property, I mean, every day we had to both freak out and then give ourselves permission to freak out because we were doing something insane.
Give me some more of the numbers. So 4 months.
4 months.
Budget of?
The property was $1.9 million and the budget was $500,000. So that comes out to about 2.4. And believe me, that sounds like a lot of money, but it really isn't. In Palm Springs, That is not a lot of money. I mean, $500,000 is a great budget for your living room or your lanai where you want to eat cheesecake with your elderly roommates. But like, for a commercial property where every room is different.
Yeah, I mean.
If we had done 7 rooms that were a consistent design, that would have been a much more handsome number. But 7 rooms with custom wallpapers, custom linens. I hope no one breaks anything because everything in these rooms is one of a kind.
Well, you mentioned you and David. So you fought every day, you made up every day. What did you learn about your partnership and what did it change about your partnership maybe to go through this together?
When it becomes your business, your lives, your trust in each other, that word partner becomes a lot more three-dimensional because you're not just in love or whatever. That's easy. When you introduce this new stress and this new dream together, now you're trying to like, it's like our baby, really. So it really puts your relationship to the test, but I mean, I came out of it being more in love with him than ever. So.
You say in the premiere, this is real. So are you running this motel? How involved are you gonna be? And what is the future of the motel?
We open in the fall, and so we'll be doing hiring. I mean, we have to set up things like the drink menu, hiring staff, throwing events. So finishing the motel was really the end of the first chapter. So it was hard to necessarily collapse and celebrate because it was like, all right, now the real work is starting.
Oh, you're gonna have some fun cocktails on that menu.
Oh, beautiful, strong, probably some fun little straw. You know.
Have you brainstormed for the names? I can't wait to see what you name the drinks.
Well, it's hard for me to pare the list down when I love to drink so much. I'm like, I think 50 drinks on a menu is fine, and everyone's like, that's a little far. I'm like, people need variety.
So you just said that this idea to do the motel came when you guys were drinking wine. If you love to drink that much, what other ideas are next? What other dreams are happening over glasses of wine?
A distillery, a winery. No, I'm just kidding. But I guess my next dream would be to do another motel.
Okay.
Or a campground.
Yes.
Imagine you're an adult, you go with your friends to a cabin that's decorated, and the camp counselors are drag queens with whistles, and you're like day drinking, doing friendship bracelets and canoeing. I mean, if I've learned anything from drag, people just love an opportunity to feel like a kid for a second. I would love to do an Airstream trailer, like a trailer park. I'm from a trailer park, and I think that I think they've never had their moment. I think they need to have their moment.
So this home renovation show is a first time for you. How would you compare the nerves of doing this show for the first time to when you were first on Drag Race?
Drag Race is worse.
Is it?
Yes, Drag Race is much worse. I'm not gonna pretend that, you know, at least with renovation, you can make mistakes as you go. In a competition environment, there are no mistakes. There's doing well and there's packing your bags. Luckily at the motel, there's many processes in renovation where it was pivoting. So this isn't going well, what do we do now? This isn't working, so pivoting is kind of the key.
Yeah.
You know, in a drag competition, if you try to pivot, you get eliminated.
We see celebrities like Lisa Vanderpump. She makes an appearance right off the bat, episode 1. Who else can you tease is gonna show up for the season, and what did it mean for you to have those people show up?
Well, on a TV producer level, I wanted to have as many of my famous friends as possible. On a personal level, this is a huge project and I need help. So we've had, most of the guests have been announced, I think. So we have Lisa Vanderpump, we have Orville Peck, Iggy Azalea's in the season. Very Gay Paint, Nicole Byer, Mo Hart, the list goes on. I think in 8 episodes, we have 17 celebrity guests.
Amazing.
I'm not even the star of this. Yeah, at this point, it's just my famous friends and then me being annoying. But it was funny because all the celebrity guests are used to getting in full hair and makeup and then just sitting around. And they got to the motel and they're like, so what do we do? I'm like, here's your paint roller. This is what we're doing. And they're like, what? We really do this? I'm like, we really do this.
Putting you right to work.
Yes, so
Yes.
everybody, I think they thought they were gonna get to like day drink and like laugh. And I was like, no, this is labor.
No, this is, as you said, this is real.
Yeah, this is real.
I want to get back to David a little bit. What was it like for you guys to be on camera together that much? Was that new and interesting for you?
Well, anybody who's followed me knows
Yeah.
that we've been together almost 6 years and
Yeah.
I never tag him. I never post
Yeah.
pictures of him. He did my documentary. He was never featured on camera.
Yeah.
I keep my relationship very private. And when I pitched the show, it was just me. And then people became very interested in David in the storytelling room because, let's be honest, somebody who doesn't want to be on television is always interesting on television. David has no ambitions to like be on camera, be a famous person. And I think it has a grounding energy because you have me.
It's not thought out.
Right. I'm like obnoxious, look at me, look at me. And he just has a very calm normal human being energy. And he's like compassionate and smart, and I'm selfish and stupid, and you know, it's a good balance.
And what about for you to be Brian on camera so much? How did that feel?
I'm always embarrassed to be on camera out of drag.
Really?
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But in the Palm Springs heat, 6 hours into the day, I was like, get the makeup wipe.
I mean,
We gotta just strip. Give me the shorts, give me the Tommy Bahamas, get me the Mr. Turk, you know, let me have flip-flops on. And you have to admit, I'm, you know, a Caucasian bald and sweating. I look like I belong in Palm Springs. I mean, you know, I look like I'm the age group of the people who live there. But, you know, it's always a little weird and embarrassing, but this show is more personal than my drag life. It's my real money from my real bank account. Trixie doesn't have a social security number. You know, if I have to go to the bank, I have to go out of drag. So this is like a real gamble.
can they see you potentially drop into the motel on occasion, maybe a surprise appearance?
Yes, my hope and dream is that I appear often and I never say when. So like 9 a.m., you wake up hungover, who's that bald man DJing by the pool? Oh my God. Or imagine me knocking housekeeping and drag and then coming and clean the room.
Just vacuuming.
Yeah, or maybe you go get a drink at happy hour and I'm back there. I just think it'd be fun to integrate in a way that's not necessarily advertised. Where
Totally.
you have a story that you were there and you just saw me in the pool and you're like, whoa, okay.
Yes, so much more memorable.
Yeah.
Yes.